there guys, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming, and I've got another beginner's guide for you today, and this is kind of almost for pre-release but also for people who are looking to get into Stargrave after its release. It's due out April 29th, 2021. So if you're wondering why you can't get hold of all of the stuff yet, it's on pre-order, but probably by the time you watch this video as well, it may already be out, and this is just as helpful for you to actually get you into the game. So before we get into me introducing you to different miniature ranges for the game, because Stargrave, very much like Frostgrave, written by Joseph A. McCulloch, a fantastic author. You will know him for things like Frostgrave, Oathmark, some fantastic games published by Osprey Games, and they've usually their games have an actual proper licensed miniature range by North Star Miniatures that I'll be showing you in a bit as well. But the games that he usually writes and does, he just provides the rule book and some fluff behind the game and whatnot, and then you go out and get whatever miniatures you want for what you want your game to look like, and you design your own crew and whatnot. I'm super excited for this game. It's my favourite kind of theme space opera. I love it. And Frostgrave was a fantastic game, so if you haven't checked that out as well, then I suggest you do that. But very similar things along the lines with this new Stargrave release that's coming. But otherwise, if you're new to the channel, guys, we will be covering Stargrave campaign when it comes out, so make sure you're throwing a like on this video, subscribing and hitting that notification bell ready for when we get more Stargrave content released over the next year. Exciting times. But please do, most importantly, leave comments down below the video, because it really does help push on smaller channels like us to basically get these videos noticed, and so that this video can help out more people out there. And most of all, just because I do like chatting to you guys about new games, I'm really super excited for this one, so I'm excited to see what you guys are on about down in the comments below. And if you have any questions towards the game as well, any other help that you need, I'm quite happy to help you in the comments there as well. So do get down there, guys. I will help you out as much as I can. But otherwise, I'm just going to give you a bit of an introduction to the fluff of Stargrave. Then I'll get into showing you the miniatures and things that what you need to actually play the game, and my best suggestions. So, Stargrave, based in a galaxy torn apart by the last war, vast pirate fleets roam from system to system, robbing, extorting and enslaving. Amidst the chaos, thousands of independent operators, smugglers, relic hunters and freedom fighters and mercenaries roam the dead stars in small ships, scratching out a living any way they can. In Stargrave, players take the role of one of these independent operators, choosing from a range of backgrounds, each with their own strengths, weaknesses, and associated powers. Next, players must hire a crew for their ship, recruiting a lieutenant with a unique skill set and a handful of soldiers, mechanics, hackers, and other specialists. Some captains may even recruit strange alien life forms with abilities no humanoid could ever possess. How awesome does that sound? Once the players' crews are assembled, they are ready to dive into a campaign. Over a series of games, their crews will have the chance to carry out a variety of missions, recovering lost technology, stealing data, freeing slaves, and fighting back against the pirate fleets. In time, as the crews gain experience, they will become more powerful and hire more talented specialists. The more they grow, however, the more likely it is that a pirate fleet will take note of their activities and come after them. Yeah, just sounds absolutely awesome. Sounds like a Joseph A. McCulloch game. And yeah, really excited for that one, guys. I'm going to drop links in the description below the video for everything I've gone through in this video. So if you want to check any of the stuff out I've mentioned in this video, you can go into the description below, guys, and check everything out there, including the rulebook behind the game, which will be on Osprey Publishing on their actual website. So I'll put that on there for you. You can check that out. That will have all of the instructions, everything you need to play the game, how to get started, etc. And then, like I say, you can go and get your own minis and your own equipment to play the game. So all you're going to need is a measure tape, a 3x3 tabletop to play on. That is generally what the game is played on. If you're playing any smaller missions, you could shrink the map size down, but generally a 3x3 sized mat. I'll give you tips on where to go for that later on. But otherwise, the miniatures that you need, generally with his game, so long as it's a sci-fi setting, you've got sci-fi minis or a mini collection to go alongside the game, then that's fine. Like I said, North Star minis, guys, North Star Miniatures do provide official miniatures and will be on release, releasing a few box sets straight away, and they'll probably expand from that for official minis for the game. Yeah, and you can go and check those out. You've seen them on screen there. So a few nice box sets. The things that you mostly need to cover like standard. Usually in these kind of games you get random generation tables for the opponents you'll face. So you might have different aliens, monsters that you have to face off against. A few things that Joseph mentions on his blog spot that you may actually need: ruffians with like low-level grunts, pirate troopers that may come after you, pirate shock troopers, so more heavily armored pirates, and then some bounty hunters. And you kind of have like enforcement officers and things like that, like security soldiers. So as you can see, the few box sets that they're providing you straight away cover those things more or less. And they're also releasing a box set with a mix of kind of diverse plastic sprues that you can use to design your crew. You need your captain and first mate for your actual ship and your crew. Give them a background, a story, all that kind of stuff. So you want to make them diverse and different things, and you can give them all different classifications and things like that, usually in his games. Obviously, you've also see on screen now, there's also an expansion that will be coming later this year, I think, after the first release with the official rulebook, which will be the first expansion rulebook, and that allows you to actually do with that rulebook official solo play for the game as well. So just worth pointing out there. But otherwise, I'm just going to go on now to show you some other miniature ranges that I think you could get in preparation for Stargrave, and once the game's released, that may be better options to North Star miniatures, or just if you don't want to wait until those minis come out, or you don't want to go after those, then these are really good suggestions in my opinion. And a big shout out to the Stargrave Facebook community page and other community pages out there for Stargrave. Those guys have been really helpful with me putting this vid together with some nice suggestions. So the first one comes from Maelstrom's Edge miniature range. They have their own skirmish miniature game, but the minis in this game are absolutely perfect. You've got things like battle suits, you've got drones, you've got alien figures in there, but you've also got all of those kind of levels of fighters that you may well face in the game. You can get from them for a really reasonable price. So you got like the ruffians, the pirate troopers, the heavier armored people, the bounty hunters that might come after you, but also like the law enforcement soldiers as well that may well be sort of sprinkled around in game as well. So and I really must put forward there, I think it's about $35, so £25 in the UK. They have a really big kit that you can buy with different aliens and people, like crew, to design your crew from, and I've put that on screen for you now so you can check that out. It looks like a really nice mixed kit for a really decent price. There's plenty of options in there, and you could maybe make some other lower level armored pirates from the same set as well. So I really do recommend Maelstrom's Edge mini range. Otherwise, Mantic Games, their Dead Zone game, a sci-fi game, their Rebels selection is a really nice selection as well. Box sets that you can get for their starter sets for the Rebels in the Dead Zone game. Those box sets have a really nice mix of alien minis and people in general that you could definitely use for the game, and some of their enforcers stuff would be good for the security enforcement models that you need for the game. So just another little mention there. Also Necromunda, Games Workshop's Warhammer 40,000 Necromunda. The terrain and models from that game would probably fit really nicely. You've got kind of the enforcement, like heavily armored Imperial models gang, and then you've got lots of different gang models in that would obviously fit the universe pretty well, and the terrain in that is perfect, by the way, like walkways and different things like that for these sort of games are always very nice. You can mix that into any terrain that you wish to, so that's another little suggestion there, Necromunda. One of my other big suggestions, and I love this as a separate game itself, is Core Space. Core Space, if you go to Battle Systems website, I'll put that, like I say, all of this in the description below, guys. But Core Space it's a very similar game to Stargrave, essentially, with like the miniature range and stuff you'll need. They do really cool, you've probably seen it before, pop-up card terrain, so it's really interchangeable, it's really detailed. It's not the cheapest, but their terrain range is perfect for this kind of sci-fi game where you need a different mix of terrains. So I've put that on screen for you guys now, and they sell tons of different sci-fi crews as one box. So if you literally just want to buy a pre-assembled crew for Stargrave, Core Space is a pretty good safe bet, because you can literally choose. There's numerous crews on there that you can choose from that are ready for you to choose to go into taking Stargrave, and then you can always pick up some of their terrain as well. Last of all is basically just suggesting any other terrain. We use a lot of terrain, pre-painted terrain, by the way, that's really good price, from Urban Mats. I'm going to drop his link in the description below. 3x3 mats, if you want the right size mats, do go check them out. Really good quality, lots of different graphic designs for their mats. And they do some really good sci-fi pre-painted terrain that would be perfect for Stargrave as well. Like I say, no hassle or anything. It comes pre-painted, pre-built, so it's all ready to go there. But that more or less covers things, guys. Obviously, you in the comments, people who are more familiar with more suggestions, I'm sure people will leave for you guys even more suggestions for terrain, mats, models, miniatures and things that you can use for the game, and any other suggestions that they might have. But please do leave your questions down below in the comments if you have any. I'm happy to help in any way. But we will be covering Stargrave as it drops. I'll do a review for the book, and we will be covering battle reports and things like that for the game and a campaign. So really looking forward to it. I'm going to be getting hold of my minis soon, so I hope this has been a really helpful video to you guys. Please do share it around as well to help out other people and to get the channel noticed as well. That's really important, because we would love to have lots of people watching Stargrave by the time it drops. But otherwise, guys, as always, hope you enjoyed the video. Throw a like for us, and I'll see you next time. Happy skirmishing. Hey there, guys, thanks for watching the video. Please do throw a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when any new content drops. We do one battle report a week covering various skirmish games. There's also Patreon if you wish to support me and the channel, and we are trying to reach our first funding target, allowing me to go part-time and make more weekly scheduled content. You can go and sign up and show your support in the link in the description below, just like the awesome people to the left of me. Until next time, guys, enjoy and happy skirmishing.